What's up, guys? Welcome to Blake's Garage. Today we're working on the F82. So you'll notice the car, it looks a bit different in the front. And that is, insert clip here. When you do a full track day and then someone leaves a chair in the freaking street. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Love it. Sick. Got to get a little ingenuity to like kind of get it up off the ground, and now I'm just trying to rip the damn thing off. Oh yeah, look at that flex, dude. Thank you, Discovery Church. Did a full day at Buttonwillow Raceway, and I was driving around in Bakersfield later on that night. No issues on track. Anyways, I'm driving, all of a sudden cars run over something. They clear it because they have something called ground clearance, which is something that this car does not really have. And anyways, I ended up whacking a chair. Someone left a freaking like chair in the middle of the road, and luckily it smashed into, well, the front lip. So the carbon front lip was wiped out. No bueno anymore. But I did have this little guy down here. Hopefully you can see that. You can see that little like white mark on there. This skid plate hit that, and that's where the oil cooler is. So if you guys are unaware, on the F8X, it has an oil cooler down below. That is one of the first upgrades I would highly recommend, is to do that oil cooler plate, that little skid plate in the front. You could literally total out an engine on one of these cars by parking it wrong, right? You could hit a parking block, dump all your oil out, start the motor, seize it, dead. Totally dead. So anyways, today we are going to be installing a new front lip. I got this one from, who is it, Extreme online store. I've had this actually chilling in the garage. I always feel like if you have a lip on hand, it makes your other lip last that much longer. But this car is gonna need to change in the front a bit soon too, because I actually did make some changes to the rear of this car that you guys will be seeing soon, but I gotta wait for thing to hit the store. So Extreme Auto, we got this guy right here, carbon fiber front lip. I'm pretty sure this is like a CS style front lip here. Looks to be pretty good, fully boxed. That's something I look for on a front lip, is I always want to see that it's fully boxed. Sometimes these are open on the bottom. When they're open on the bottom, they don't last as long, because you are going to scrape. I mean, if you think you're not going to scrape one of these, I don't know, you must be like having a lift on your car or something like that. But anyways, this is nice. The screw areas look to be pocketed. That's great. That means it'll slide over stuff and everything, which is cool. These areas look to be sunken, which is great. It's fiberglass construction with carbon over the top, it looks like, which is, you know, pretty common, but it feels sturdy, so that's good too. Something else that's nice, it's flat on the bottom, so I may be making a front diffuser for the car here soon, to stick out off this and actually have some functional downforce in the front to balance some stuff out. But anyways, let's get this thing on the car. It looks pretty straightforward. We're just basically going to get the front end right here off the ground, and we will screw this into some spots. Now, a little trick that I like to do is in these areas where it kind of just attaches to the front bumper, like these little screw holes or whatever, I like to slide a little piece of aluminum up in the top. That way when I'm drilling in, I'm not just drilling into like plastic. When I say drilling, I mean self-tapping. I'm not just going into plastic, and it actually has something to bite into, which makes it more supportive in my opinion. So that's great. So that's kind of what that looks like. I am gonna put these guys back on. These I had to take off. I want these back on. I like the carbon little side blade things. I think they look absolutely rad, and I think it makes the front of the car just look that much better. So I'll put those on real quick, and then we will we'll sort of throw some screws into it. Also, it did come with some 3M tape, which is great. I don't use 3M tape on these normally. I feel that if they fall off or they break, I want it to come off the car as easily as possible. So I don't really use the 3M. However, I do use the screws. These screws look good. They look a little bit fatter than the ones that I was using before, which is absolutely great, which means it'll fill out those holes a little bit better. Hello, life. got these on. When we put the screw through here, it'll attach that. Yeah, that looks pretty dang good. Yeah, that'll work out just fine. So I'll pretty much attach the outer areas first. That way we get like this lined up nice and tight with the proper gapping. Then we'll just check the other side, and then we'll screw in all the other stuff. Now, what I'm looking at right here, I was curious, is it going to use stock mounting holes, meaning these right here? No, it is not. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove these. What I like to do is I like to add a little piece of little strip of metal, right? I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna cut another one for the other side. That way, when I put these screws in, it bites into this. I'm gonna take these screws off, that way I can get that metal piece in there. 8 millimeters. Like I said, I've slipped stuff in here before, but I like, you know, this is just rubber, so I literally make like a little shim piece that I'll kind of slide up in here, and it stays in there well, especially when you throw a self-tapper through it, right? So it gives it something to really bite onto, is what I feel. And you'll be able to see it through your previous holes. So, you know, if you've had a lip on before, this is also another good way to beef that up, because you're not going to be able to attach to anything because you've probably blown your screw holes out last time your splitter got ripped off. So, or I should say your lip. This isn't really a splitter. Splitter would actually create real downforce. This is basically for looks. But I am going to create a real splitter in the future, so keep an eye out for that, guys. Either gonna buy one or make one, so that'll be fun. Okay, so that looks good. Now, and like you guys can see, I kind of blew out the screw holes right here, which kind of sucks because it flew off and I had to literally rip it off. But yeah, let's see where these mount up. It looks like it has a new hole, so we'll just send it in. Just easier that way. Okay, so I like to get a good fitment on this and give it a bit of a send. That looks good to me. We'll try it on the other side. You know what's kind of crazy is 2 track days on these fronts, and you can tell you're going fast when you're wearing out your front tires before your rears. So yeah, they're almost cooked. I'll probably do another track day on them just to quart them out, but the AR1s are amazing. So much better of a tire than the R888Rs. The R888Rs feel like absolute trash compared to these, so that kind of gives you an idea of how I feel about them. They're very nice. I like. All right, that looks good. Of how that looks on the front. Make sure everything looks good, right? Which it does. It looks really nice. And is it gonna fit well? Yes. El Plastiques. That front carbon piece is tight. Got a good bite on that one. Again with that front carbon piece. If I can get this to bite with some self-tappers, I want to bite into that aluminum piece if possible. Definitely felt the second bite, so that's good. Felt that second bite. You can see it snug up. You really need something above it. All right, that looks really good. So let's get it off this block. We'll finish it up. We'll go get some photos and little glamour shots of this, huh?